Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be shooting this Vepr 308. So for those of you not familiar with the Vepr, this is an AK-47 that shoots 308 rounds. I'll put the magazine in so that you get so that's a 20 round magazine. I'm not going to be shooting it with 20 round. I'm going to be shooting it with a smaller magazine just so that it doesn't hit the table. So pull this out. So basically, this is a Russian made. All right. You can see right there. It's a Russian made gun. And I got to tell you guys, I bought this like back in, I think it was like 2015 or something. I got this thing for $600. These things are probably worth more than $2,000 now. I wish I had bought more. I wish I had bought this in. I wish I had gotten a second one because at the time, for the same exact price, Classic Firearms was selling one version, the one I got in 308, and the second version was in 7.62 by 5.4 R, which is the same caliber that goes into Maz and Nagant. And here's the thing: I've got lots of ammunition from Maz and Nagant, which I don't shoot that often. And like today, I'm like, I wish I had a gun, like an AK gun that would shoot that ammunition. So that is one of I mean, I'm sure everybody out there has a history with a gun that they should have bought. That's the gun I should have bought. I should have got the Vepr in 7.62 by 5.4 R. Now, between the two, the reason why I got it in 308, because that was the year, that it was looking like, okay, Obama had two terms, and it was looking like there was a chance that, even though it was early on, it was looking like Hillary was going to run and might win. And it was not looking too good for gun rights, because between Obama, Hillary, they would have loaded the court up with liberal judges, and we would have lost our gun rights. Okay, it's not inevitable that things went the way that they did. If we had a different set of judges on the Supreme Court, history would be different. Okay, because right now it looks like we pretty much won. Okay, but if Hillary had a chance to put her judges on the court, we would have lost. They would have interpreted the Second Amendment in a different way. So anyway, let's take a couple of shots with this, and this is the stuff we're using. I've had this stuff for a while. Some big old 308s. What weight bullets is this? 147 grain bullets. Now, one of the things I'm going to tell you guys, I don't expect a whole lot of accuracy from this, because last time I shot this, it was not very accurate. Nothing to do with the barrel, okay? The issue with this gun is the way that the scope is mounted, right? The way you mount the scope on this gun is through this side mount rail over here. If you push on this thing, like right now I'm just pushing on it, and I can see it, there's some movement on this, okay? So this is a terrible way to mount the scope. That's why on my other AKs, I have the scope mounted, basically I have it clamped onto the barrel, right? Because there's the bottom rail clamps onto the barrel, and then the top rail, which holds the red dot, clamps onto the bottom rail. So that is a really good way to mount the scope on an AK. The side mounting thing over here, it's just not very good. It moves, okay? And especially if you watch like an AK-47 shoot in slow motion, you're gonna see that the gun flexes, okay? So regardless how good your mount might be, these rivets over here that attach this in place, I mean, if you shoot 1,000 rounds, they're gonna move slightly, okay? So let's try a couple of rounds with this. Like I said, I haven't shot this in such a long time. I'm going to initially just put a couple of rounds right here on these rims at 30 yards, just to make sure I can hit the rims before I go to my paper target at 50 yards. Now, this gun is really loud. I remember the last time I was shooting this, I got a headache. So it is an extremely loud gun. I did shoot another 308. I think that was a replica of like an M1 Garand, and that wasn't so loud. So you know, different guns. You know, you're gonna get, you know, even. I mean, now I think this is a 16-inch barrel. I think the other one had a longer barrel, and I think that was the difference. I think that's why that one was a lot more quieter. That was, there may have been a 20-inch barrel. I don't know, but the 16-inch, a 308 and a 16-inch barrel is stupid loud. Okay. All right, let's take a couple of shots. Okay, so I can see through the scope that the bullet pretty much went where I wanted it to go. So now I'm just gonna go straight out to the 50 yards. I can see where that bullet went. So now I'm going to the paper target at 50 yards. All right, let me go out there and take a quick look at what we did. Whoops. All right, let me. I'm gonna pause the camera so you guys don't waste time just watching me walk back and forth. Hold on. All right, so at 50 yards, what do we have? We've got a 2-inch grouping. So that probably means at 100 yards we're gonna get a 4-inch grouping, which is kind of what I think I remember from last time. Let me circle these guys here. I mean, oops, I'm going to mark these for the 50 next to them. Okay, and what I'm also going to do, because I can see that those are going way high, 50 yards. Because at the 100, it's going to. So let's see, I'm going to bring this scope down a little bit. So let's see, this is. Okay, so this is a Bushnell scope. It's a 1/4 inch move at 100 yards. So I'm going to go down. Coin. There you go, it's a 1/4 inch. I'm going to go down four clicks. That should. I don't think that's going to get me centered, but I think it'll get me. It'll keep my shots on the paper. So let's go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I went down 8 clicks. Okay, this way, because otherwise I think at 100 yards it would have been up here somewhere at the rate of climb that I'm seeing here. So at least this way it'll stay someplace in this area over here. I gotta get out to. I mean, now that basically at some point I'm going to take this to a longer range, and try to see what type of grouping I can get at longer distances. Well, let's see what we do at the 100 yards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this out there. I'm going to reposition the table over here so I have a better point of view. Let me pause you guys so you guys aren't watching me walk back and forth. Okay, just checking my camera angle on the table. All right, got my target all the way out there. Let me see if I can zoom you guys out. You guys can take a closer look at it. Yeah, there it is. It's center of the screen right now. Okay, I'm gonna bring this back out, And let me zoom you guys back over to 1 power. Okay, great. You're in focus. All right, so that's what we're shooting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 shots because I just adjusted the scope. I'm going to take 3 shots and I'm going to go look at it just to make sure that they're, they're not like way off the paper or anything. And then I'll take another 3 shots. Hopefully I won't have to adjust. See, I got 1. That's empty. I got 1 in the chamber. Let's put 2 more in here. The recoil is such, it's moving my freaking bag. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run out there. I'm not gonna bring the toy bag. I'm just gonna mark my holes, make sure they're on the paper, and then we'll take 3 more shots on top of that, so we have a total of 6 shots. If those shots were good. Let me pause you guys so you're not watching me walk back and forth. All right, let's take another 3 shots on that. It's a very reliable gun in terms of like, I haven't shot a whole lot with this gun ever since I bought it, but I've never had, I never had an instance where the gun ever jammed up or, just those 308s have enough power to just to cycle this. So I don't think I've ever had a jam with this gun. Now, of course, I don't, this is not a gun I'm going to shoot with like ARs that like I'm kind of moving and shooting awkward positions. This is not a gun that you can shoot laying on your side, and stuff. It's, it's not an easy gun to shoot. gun's got some good recoil on it. Now here's the thing, you can see that when I hold this gun, there's definitely, because you can't be any further back, right? Because otherwise you'll have a shadow. So you gotta have that 2-inch eye relief. And there was a couple of times where the scope actually came back and it touched my glasses. It didn't like hit me or anything, but I could feel that it made contact with my glasses. All right, let me go down there. I'm gonna pause you guys. I'm gonna go get the target. We'll take a look at it. All right, so let's take a look at this. See what we did here. All right, so the first, these 3 shots here are the ones I did at 50 yards, right? So that was our 2-inch groups, these 3 shots here. Then there was the first 3 shots that I took at 100 yards, and that's the red circles here. 1, 2, I got one way out here, which I think was user error, because that opened me up to about 6 inches. But I believe that was like, I think I pulled it, but I think that it had to do with the ergonomics of the gun. I mean, this is not like an easy, basically you gotta get used to the trigger, because this is very different than other triggers. Like, it's very different from AR triggers. So a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's just a different trigger. The other thing that was working against me is the stock over here. So when you're taking a sniper hold, you really can't take the traditional sniper hold. So I had to change the way I was holding the gun back here. So again, that also, just the shape of this stock makes it hard for me to shoot the way I've been training to shoot. Which is not to say that if I work with this gun a lot more, I won't get better with it. But the thing is, like, I took a total of 10 shots and I've already got a headache, right? It's a loud gun. Not all 308s are this loud. This one's got a 16-inch barrel and it's loud. The last 3 shots that I took, actually, let me get the record. The last 3 shots were kind of decent. That's these 3. Let's make a triangle. Make a triangle. 1, 2, and then 3. So that's these 3 shots right there. And that's a 4 3/4 inch group. 4 3/4, close to 5 inches. Again, I believe that if I work with this gun, I can get better with it. I can get used to the stock. I can get used to the trigger. However, because of that loud noise that it makes, and the stock being as uncomfortable as it is to me, you know, I don't think I'm going to get there, right? Because it's just not a gun that I want to shoot hundreds of rounds with, you know. You know, it's just not that pleasant. Now, I'm 50 years old. Maybe when I was in my 20s, I would have loved that, boom, 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 you know, I would have loved to, you know, but, you know, at where I'm at right now, I really prefer the 223s and the 5.56s and the 9mm rifles, you know. So, I think that this gun has some potential. If you get used to it, you can, you know, because I'm at about 4 3/4 inches over here. I think with some practice, I could probably get down closer to 3 inches. Maybe with changing the scope a little bit, maybe by getting a better mount, because it's probably not the best mount out there. However, there's the issue with, no matter what mount you put on here, I mean, if you push on this, it's gonna move. Okay, it's just, you know, you do that with any scope that's like on a mount like this, it's gonna move. All right, I mean, I can feel it right now. See, just as I go right now, you guys can see how it's moving. So, you know, that's not gonna hold zero over hundreds and hundreds of rounds. So, but that was just interesting. Like I said, I haven't shot this gun in a while. I mean, I remember the last time I shot it, I was like, okay, great, that was fun. I'm not shooting this gun again for a very long time. And that's kind of where I'm at today. Okay, that was great. That was fun. I fired 10 shots. You know, I adjusted my zero to a better position. I'm not in the rush to shoot this gun anytime soon. Although, you know, if I shoot it again, it will be at a range where I've got probably a range that's got at least 300 rounds, maybe pushing out to 500. Sorry, a range that has got 300 yards, maybe pushing out to like 500 or 600 yards to test it out. But again, if I go there, I'm not going there with hundreds of rounds of ammunition. I'm going there with like 2 boxes, just to see what it does, and go back to a 5.56. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a beautiful gun. I mean, I'm glad I bought it for the money I paid for it, $600. It was an absolute steal. I wish I had also bought the 7.62x54R version of this. I wish I had bought more of these guns when they were still importing these Veprs and these Russian-made guns. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys follow me on Odyssey, which is uncensored. Over there, I'm Pocono Tactical. On Rumble, I'm Pocono Guns. On YouTube, my channels are Absolute Gun Rights, Pocono Shooting, and the original Safa channel, which goes back to 2006. Talk to y'all soon.